A next weather alert for a powerful storm slamming into Southern California. We're here getting you ready for the timing of rain and the potential for flash flooding.
Well, the rain is already falling. K-rails are up and sandbags are stacked in our burn areas.
SoCal is gearing up for multiple days of significant rain. Good evening, I'm Madre Shabazi.
And I'm Pat Harvey. A powerful storm is about to slam SoCal with so much rain. This could end up being the wettest November here in 40 years.
The rain is expected to pick up overnight. And everyone is going to be impacted, especially in the burn areas.
Well, the CBS LA team has you covered, starting with the timing of the storm. Meteorologist Dani Ruberti kicks off our coverage with the next weather alert.
Hi, Pat. Hi, Rudabe. That's exactly right. That's what makes this so unusual is we haven't seen this much rain in 40 years, as Pat and Rudabe mentioned, and that storm is getting ready to move into our area. We're talking heavy rain and several days of it, several inches of rain in many areas here in Southern California. Let me show you what we're tracking right now. Some of that rain is starting to develop. We've got some light rain showers on the light side. This is a taste of what's coming here in Southern California. Let's talk about the timing of all of this. Right now, rain making its way into some areas where our reporters are right now. Let me zoom you in. You can see in the Pacific Palisades, we're looking at some pockets of more moderate rain showers. Topanga Beach into the Pacific Palisades, light showers through Santa Monica and then southern Orange County. Let's jump right to the timing. Tonight, it's going to become more widespread. We get to 10 o'clock in the evening. We've got heavier rain developing in Ventura County. This is the more traditional part of this storm, so we're timing it out very well for you. 2 o'clock in the morning, we've got pockets of heavy rain up through the mountains in Ventura County. Rain showers now developing in downtown Los Angeles. 3 o'clock rolls around. It now shifts into Orange County, the Inland Empire. And let me take you to your Friday morning commute. Now we're talking rain everywhere. It's going to be a wet start to the day and a messy morning commute. This is just part one of the system. But once we get to Saturday, this is going to be the heaviest rain for us, where we see several inches of rain in just a matter of a day. Flash flooding concerns coming up. We're going to talk more about that. We're also going to time the rest of this out for you to make sure you and your family feel prepared. That's coming up next. Pat and Rudabe.
All right, we will see you in a bit, Dani. Now, people near Pacific Palisades are preparing for the worst.
Our team coverage continues with our Laurie Perez. She's live in Malibu inside the evacuation warning zone. Laurie.
That's right. We are right near Topanga Canyon. Over the past few hours, I've been watching as several plow trucks have headed up into the canyon behind me, no doubt getting into place in case there are any mudslides or rock slides, as they have seen in storms in the past year since the fires began. It's just one precaution that they are taking as this rain begins.
So we got all the sandbags here, and you just kind of like line it up.
Malibu native Alec Gellis is bracing for impact. With the coming rain, his Sarah Retreat neighborhood is at risk of flooding and debris flow. He saw it happen in February when wet weather pummeled the barren hillsides that burned in the Palisades fire.
A lot of these roads just totally flooded with mud, so you never know what's going to happen. People couldn't get in and out. It's like literally like mud came in our place. It was like $10,000 of property damage. There was boulders everywhere.
Across Malibu and Pacific Palisades, city workers have cleared sewers and placed K-rails to keep rocks and mud and water at bay or give it a place to keep flowing. As residents like Andy Belansky have mapped out evacuation routes and loaded up with sandbags to help protect their homes.
Every few years, things happen. So you just have to be more, I think I'm more prepared today than I ever have been.
He and other people living near the Palisades burn scar, the Eaton fire burn area, and 8 other recent fire zones are under an evacuation warning tonight. That means ready to go. It'll take a lot to get Gellis to leave.
This house is gonna go down, bro.
He's kind of a local hero for staying during the Franklin fire with a friend and saving 5 homes using pool water. He's prepared again to help. Tonight he's watching Malibu Creek. Locals have laid down the rails on the Cross Creek Road Bridge, anticipating rising waters. There's enough built-up sediment to have him on alert.
So it's so important to like always be prepared and always just be ready, because you never know what Mother Nature is going to throw at you.
And that is good advice, especially if this rain is going to continue. They are going to be closing Topanga Canyon Boulevard here at 10 p.m. tonight because of as they have seen in recent storms. So instead of midnight, they are going to be closing that early tonight to any through traffic. We are live in Malibu tonight. I'm Laurie Perez, CBS LA. Back to you.
Laurie, thank you. And tonight, evacuation warnings are also in place for people living near the Eaton fire burn scar.
And CBS LA's Nicole Comstock is live in Sierra Madre with preparations there. Nicole?
Well, people here have mixed emotions about this upcoming storm. On the one hand, if we do see as much rain as we're expecting to see, that will definitely bring fire season much closer to an end here in Southern California. At the same time, it also means that people who live near where the Eaton fire burned will probably be dealing with mud flow yet again. The cloud cover is moving in over Sierra Madre, and the rain on the horizon could mark the strongest November storm Southern California has seen in years.
It's basically like a river. You know, the gutters, water's just pouring down when it's, getting like over an inch in an hour. Gary
Kelly Street below the Eaton burn scar is now under a phase 1 debris alert, meaning LA County put them on notice for a moderate to heavy risk of flash flooding. Canyon neighborhoods here, which have previously seen damaging mud flow, are under evacuation warnings tonight. But Public Works now anticipates those warnings will turn into evacuation orders by Friday night.
Anytime you have the fire that's spread through the hills and then you have rain, that a lot of that mud can come down. So that's what I think everyone's worried about.
So Kelly's about to take his English bulldog Rosie to a relative's house in South Pasadena.
Just so, if the worst happens, I don't have to pile her in the car.
The city has red flag parking restrictions in place for flood-prone areas. Overnight parking enforcement is temporarily suspended so people can park downhill safely. And a community event has been canceled in advance of the storm.
I think we need the water.
Jason Pham is one of many hoping the rare November rainfall will help quench our vegetation, since this is historically a peak period for wind-driven fires.
Especially I was thinking Altadena area was really burned, Eaton Canyon.
From our helicopter, we found homes in Altadena covered up with tarps. Public Works crews are keeping an eye on debris basins and asking people to keep the roads clear for emergency vehicles. And LA County is encouraging people to use this time now before the storm comes in to get prepared with their families. They encourage people to have a plan in place, to know where all of your supplies are inside your house, and to stay alert for all of the conditions and what's going on in your neighborhood where you live. Reporting live in Sierra Madre, Nicole Comstock, CBS LA.
Thank you, Nicole. Now our Desmond Shaw is tracking the storm from SoCal. Where are you now, Des?
Hey, Pat, we are over in Encino. Here is the 101 freeway, making our way towards the 405, and a pretty significant cell that's making its way into the San Fernando Valley. It was pretty dry here pretty much the whole afternoon and even within the last hour, but it is definitely beginning to encroach into the valley with the rain beginning to pick up. We saw some cells earlier on the basin, actually a significant one in the Palisades as well as downtown LA, but now hitting the valley. Here you can still see the 101 is holding up pretty well, but the roadways are definitely going to be getting slick, and because it hasn't rained in a while, it really makes you're going to find standing water a lot more frequently out here on the roadway. So we'll see how everyone handles this in the morning when it really picks up. Friday commute, it's either going to be a nightmare or it could be surprisingly good because the rain sometimes can end up actually scaring a lot of people off of the roadway. So we'll see how that's going. Not seeing any big spin outs or any big crashes reported to CHP yet at this point, and hopefully that continues to be the case. Live in SoCal overhead, I'm Desmond Shaw. Back to you now in the studio.
Desmond, thank you. In the San Bernardino Mountains, concerns of flooding and debris flow. You may remember millions of gallons of rain and mud barreling through Forest Falls back in September.
Well, much of that damage still remains. People in the area are hoping the next few days won't be a repeat of the last storm.
Everybody do what you got to do to prepare, be safe. Hunker down, make sure you pick up everything you need as far as food.
Starts with rain, and it could be a little rain, and then all of a sudden it's just buckets, it's pouring. If you know things are starting to look bad, especially if you live near a creek bed, it's time to get out. You gotta leave.
Yep, good advice. Homeowners are getting sandbags ready to divert what rain they can and holding on to hope that the rainfall won't hit Forest Falls or their neighborhood as hard as last time.
And our live team coverage continues with CBS LA assignment editor Mike Rogers.
And Mike, you have important information for everyone else outside of the burn zones.
Yeah, I mean, look, Pat and Rita Bay, we've unfortunately had so many fires in our region that so much of what we talk about is connected to the burn zones. But when you listen to our next weather meteorologist, you'll understand that there is going to be street flooding in a lot of our areas that we see typical street flooding happen in. This is video from the valley from one of the last times it has rained here. And this is a very common scene and will likely be a common scene over the next 2 days. Now, one of the big things that law enforcement firefighters always tell you is turn around, don't drown. If you see flooding like that, you just simply don't know how deep it is or what hazards may be underneath of it. So you're always encouraged never to traverse through waters like this. And be on the lookout when we get on the freeway for hydroplaning. You'll have a lot of areas that will have pools of water on the side, on the fast lanes, or on some of the lower level transition roads, which we see all the time. While I have you, I really quickly want to go back over our evacuations just one more time. You've got the Palisades area here for both the Palisades fire as well as the Franklin fire. You've got this small area here from where we had that fire in between Oak Park and the Calabasas communities. And then you've got this one up here. This is one that was the Val Verde area and the Hasley Canyon. This one's important because right now this one is Altadena, where you have voluntary evacuations. However, as we've reported, Sierra Madre will be experiencing or is expected to experience mandatory evacuations as that rain starts to move through tomorrow. So we'll keep an eye out that here at the desk, guys. But for now, we've got those voluntary evacuations and a warning for everyone else. There will be a lot of street flooding in your areas.
All right, thanks so much, Mike. And our live team coverage of the incoming storm is just getting started. We will check back in with meteorologist Dani Ruberti in just a few minutes for an update on the rain moving in overnight.